No, go. It's on.
Nah, we're going. Okay. This week we're introduced to two characters which are going to play a big role in the next few parshas. And their names are Yaakov and Esav. They're twins. They're born at the same exact moment almost. Yaakov's holding onto the heel of Esav. And we know both of them are on the opposite sides of the spectrum. One is the epitome of good. They're mamash two opposites. You see, you have two people born into this world, and yet they're raised the exact same way. They're in the same school, they have the same parents. Yet one comes out like this, one comes out like that. Yaakov is known for his truthfulness. Not only is he a big tzaddik, not only is he very righteous, but he's known for his emet. What does the word emet mean? Emet means your truth. Your actions are truthful. Your speech is truthful. Everything about you is truth. Now, there's a very interesting Gemara in the 11th chapter of Sanhedrin. It says, Avahu atra v'kush tashmei. There was a certain rabbi, his name was Rav Tavyumi. The rabbis were saying, no one in the world never tells a lie. No one in the world never tells a lie. Comes Rav Tavyumi and says, I never told a lie. I never told a lie. And he says, I went to a certain city, and in this city, it's called Kushta. In the city of Kushta, all they did was say the truth. They never lied. Imagine, you did business with a guy, you did this with no one lied. Not even one person. It says in the Gemara, because of that, no one died before their time. If you're supposed to live till 95, you live till 95. You're supposed to live till 120, you live till 120. Everyone died exactly when they're supposed to. Now, if you look at the name Kushta, Kushta means truth. Kushta means truth. Now, in this city of Kushta, this Rabbi Tavyumi, he went there and he married a girl from there. He married someone from there, and he had 2 kids. Now, he's in his house. He's in his house, so what happens? Here's a knock on the door. Knock, knock, who is it? One of the neighbors. His wife is right now washing her hair. And the neighbor asks him, where's your wife? So what does he answer? What are we supposed to answer?
You can't say washing hair.
So he's thinking in his brain, I can't say my wife is washing her hair because it's not tzniut. So what should I say? And this is a girl he's talking to.
My wife is busy.
My wife is not here.
Oh.
He says, my wife is not here.
Why can you say she's in the bathroom?
I don't know why he can't say whatever but this is what he said. He said, my wife is not here. What happened to his 2 children? Dead. His 2 children died prematurely because he lied. He was in the city where there was no liars. He lied. He got this punishment. Now all the people of the city come. They see kids die. This is before their time, obviously. They go up to the rabbi and they say, Rabbi, what happened? And he tells them the story and they say, get out of this town. We don't need someone that's bringing curse over here. You're bringing mavet. You're bringing death. We don't need you over here. And this is what they told the rabbi. So what do we see, David? What's connected to life? Truth.
About your wife.
Truth. Truth is connected to life. You want to live a long life? Don't lie. The more you lie, the more you're going to go down. And the Zera Shimshon brings down that where was death introduced into the world? What was the first death? Benny. What was the first death?
Cain Hevel.
No.
First death. When was death introduced? That's the first person that it killed. The snake. What did the snake do?
Lied.
Snake, he went up to Chava and he said, Chava, you're going to eat from this fruit. You know what's going to happen to you? You know what you're going to become? You're going to become what, David? Superman. You're going to become God. You're going to become divine. You're going to become immortal. And what ended up happening?
The opposite.
The opposite. She did not become like God. She became a human being, who's now going to have to die. So what was the first way death was introduced? Death was introduced through sheker, through falsehood. And the serpent is the epitome of the sheker. And David HaMelech says in Tehillim, he says, Dover shekarim lo yikol neged enai. One who tells lies shall not stand before my eyes. You say sheker? Do you lie? I don't want you before me. Says David HaMelech. If you lie, I don't want you before me. Why? Because anyone who lies, he's attaching himself to the profession of the nachash, to the profession of the snake. The snake was a deceiver. The snake was a liar. You lie, I don't want you next to me. V'nitkalel ba'arur. And it came out that the snake was accursed. So David HaMelech said, a liar is connected to the snake. The snake, what happened to him? He was cursed. So anyone who lies is going to be cursed. David HaMelech is blessed. And what do we know from 2 weeks ago, Parsha? You cannot have someone who's cursed connect to someone who's blessed. Where do we know that from, Daniel? It's your parsha. What about it?
Eliezer and Abraham.
Eliezer and Abraham. Eliezer, Eliezer had a daughter. She was dark skinned because she was from Canaan. And Yitzchak, he wanted her to marry Yitzchak. Imagine your master, richest man in the world, famous. He has a son. You have a daughter. Get them, shidduch. But Avram said, no. You are cursed. I am blessed. You cannot join into my family. David HaMelech said, anyone who lies, he attaches curse. And you know what this means? Do you even think about it? When you lie in business, when you lie just, among friends, like you just say a lie just for a joke, you are putting curse onto yourself. You don't even realize. You're making klala come onto you. You're making a curse. That's not true.
It's small, big, every single
So
person
small
lies.
lie, small curse. Big lie, big curse. Ever
Even
thought
if
about
it's like
that?
a white collar lie or whatever that's called.
So that's what we're going to speak about. We're going to speak about Yaakov Avinu right now.
Or lies that are
We're going to see how you could, go around the system, how you could deceive the system through deception. And that's the next part. We're going to get into it, Daniel. Good. Of what exactly is considered a lie. But just finish off with this. It brings down the Masech Shabbat. It says, when you tell the truth, when your business stands on truth, your business will succeed, your business will stand. When you build an organization on lies, when you build something on sheker, what happens to the whole thing? Crumbles. When you're going to build something on a lie, it's never going to stand. And Canaan, you know who Canaan was? He was the son of Ham, right? He was the son of Ham, and he was cursed to be black. Okay, he became dark-skinned. He told his kids 5 things. He gave them 5 commands. He said when he was about to die. He said like this. He said, Gemara Pesachim, Daf Kuf Yud Gimel. Love each other. What do we always see these guys are? No, each other. Brotherly love. They love each other. Ma this, ma that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, they love each other. So he told them love each other. Then he said love robbery. Is this true?
No.
Do they love robbery?
That's what he said.
Says the Gemara Pesachim. Gemara Pesachim says he told them 5 things. Love each other, my boy, my this, my that.
My brother.
Then he said love robbery. I can't say it on YouTube. Yeah. Love robbery. Love it. Go, you see the store open, all the lights shut off, go rob the place. You see COVID-19, go start the Black Lives Matter, everything, BLM. 3, love immorality. Love znut. Go be with this girl, with that girl. Don't care about nothing. What do we know? No, this is what he was telling his kids. This is from before. He says love immorality. What do we know? All these guys, you don't even know who their father is. Am I wrong?
10 kids with 5 different wives.
10 kids and 5 different wives, yeah. So you don't even know who the father is. So this is the 3rd thing. 4th thing, hate your masters, right? They were cursed to be servants, slaves. And what do? They hate them. They revolted. They rebelled. He told them, hate all your masters. Because Noah cursed him that he's going to have to be a slave for the rest of his life. And all his generations. And number 5, don't speak the truth. Now this is interesting. When I learned this Gemara, I learned it last year. I was like, why do you tell them don't speak the truth? You know, all these things like, hey, Chai, makes sense, da, da, da. Don't speak truth. Don't say emet. So with this Zera Shimshon, we understand. Because what is emet connected to? When you say truth, what are you connecting yourself to? Life and blessing. When you are speaking lies, what are you connecting yourself to?
Death and a curse.
To curse. Canaan, is he blessed or is he cursed?
Cursed.
So just like David HaMelech said, blessing can never be connected to curse. So he said, anyone who lies, don't come next to me. So Canaan is the opposite. Canaan is built, his life is built on curse. He is accursed. Therefore he said, no one speak the truth. We don't need blessing among us. We don't need people to contagious us. We don't need a virus within us. Because for them, they're cursed people. What's the virus? Bracha. For them, the virus is bracha. So he said, never tell the truth. So we see 5 things that Canaan, which means the darker people, he told them 5 things, 5 commandments. And the 5th one was, don't ever speak the truth. So we see it's very important to always say the truth. Now Daniel said, what about white lies? What about, takoi, takai? So Yaakov Avinu, it's in the Gemara in Sanhedrin. We know he deceived his father this week, right? He acted as if he was Esav. And that was basically the whole course of this parsha, was how he bought the Bechorah, he rightfully deserved the blessings, and he took the blessings from Esav. That was basically the whole parsha. The Gemara in Avodah Zarah says, anyone who deceives another person, if you act as someone you're not, what's going to happen to you? You are as if you did Avodah Zarah. For example, let's say you go into the store and you act as if you're your friend and you buy something under his name. Yeah? You dress up like him, you start talking like him. What it happens? It's as if you worship idols. Can you imagine? Deception is as if you worship idols. If let's say you call someone as if you're that person, you text in his name, all these things are called Avodah Zarah.
You can't break up?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
No, you didn't.
No, I said if you deceive someone, let's say
Let's
let's say someone has a girl, yeah? And you're gonna right now take his phone, or you're gonna through your phone, you're gonna act as if you're him.
Someone else.
Hey, my name is this. Oh, this is me. And then you start, making fights, da. You're deceiving her as if you're that guy, and now you're making a whole fight. This is called
What if it's
Ki'ilu
not
Oved
the fight?
Avodah
I
Zarah.
don't know.
For
What
what?
if it's like you're pretending to be his funder?
Anything. That's good. That's a good example. You're pretending to be the funder. You go like this,
Yeah,
votan.
I'm the one that's funding you.
I'm the one that's funding. That's called lies.
That's a joke.
It's called
Even if
deception.
it's not for like Jewish people, even
No,
if you're not
why-
doing it
why-
to
Yes,
Why? I'm the
deception.
one who's
Nah.
Yeah, I was the one you were talking to about 2
Only
weeks,
through
so I'm
him is
funding
gonna
you
get
now.
funded.
yeah, you're vaguely saying it. You're not getting to the point.
Are you saying I am the lender?
What? At a certain point, I could be. You
But you're
understand?
not, bro.
But you're not.
If I get, then I put it down. I put it down my money. And there's times where I did that, and I promise you that. There's times where I really know.
No, it's like when someone's talking to somebody else, and then you get his details.
You guys understand deception? This is Ki'ilu Oved Avodah Zarah. And the Gemara brings the example of Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov Avinu deceived his father. Now the Zera Shimshon asks, did he really deceive his father? What did he do? He put on his clothes. He took Daniel's ripped jeans. He took his furry coat.
That's pretty much deception right there.
No.
He came in there like because he knew he couldn't see.
His
so
voice
he
was
smelled
exact.
him.
Oh, that's the next line. His voice stayed the same. Yaakov Avinu still kept his voice. But like our uncle said, what did he say? That since Yitzchak could not see, you have to read the pasuk carefully. Then you want to say the Torah? You remember this pasuk? What does it say? Vayita ke'enav. What's the next word? Forgot. Vayita be'enav kimtateya. It says you are in his eyes like a deceiver. Why in Yitzchak's eyes are you deceiver? Because Yitzchak couldn't see. Yitzchak was
Blind.
blind. So Yitzchak was not able to see. So how do you deceive a blind man? What does a blind man do?
Touch and smell.
He
Sense.
touches. That's it. All he does is he touches around the place. So he touched Yaakov, and what does he feel?
Here.
Feels the fur. Feels the fur of the goats. So he says, hairy. This is Esav. So Yaakov tricked his father, Esav. The Zera Shimshon says, how could it be that Yaakov, the personification of good, the one of Emet, he's world, Titen Emet Yaakov, he is, the epitome of the truth. He goes ahead and he makes his father think something false. He makes his father think sheker. He puts falsehood into his father's brain. Do you hear that? The question, Daniel? Benny, you hear the question? Hear the question? How could Yaakov, who's a man of truth, go ahead and make his father think sheker? Trick his father.
It's for a good reason.
Good reason. That's what they were saying. Good reason. Business. Even for a good reason. Ilo Oved Avodah Zarah. It's as if you did Avodah Zarah. So the Zera Shimshon, in order to answer this, he introduces a certain Gemara, very interesting Gemara, in the 7th chapter of Chulin. It says, Amar Rava Meresh Hava Amina Simana Adif B'Tivut Einam. There's two ways we could identify someone. Either through Siman. Siman means a sign. You see something by them and it's an identifying mark. And number two is visual or voice recognition. Your phone sees you, so it's called visual recognition. So Rava says, I always thought Siman was better, when you have a sign. But then I said, no way. Because how are men permitted to their wives at night? Back then they had no lights. So you're going to go home, and you want to be with your wife, but you can't see. So maybe it's a different woman. So how do you know it's your wife, Daniel?
Signs.
I don't know.
No, she says something.
The curly hair.
Through her voice.
How do you know? Through the voice. You know it's her because she's talking to you.
Turn on the light.
Daniel,
There's no lights there.
there's no
Light up
lights.
a match.
They didn't have candles.
There was no weed in it.
You know how expensive candles were? They're very expensive.
Shabbat.
That's why actually, just on the side, that's why back then, why do we light candles for the people that passed away? You ever wonder?
Yes.
Why?
That shows respect.
No. The reason why we used to light candles
Because of
is because back then they had no lights.
Learning.
So a rabbi, Talmid Chacham, someone who wants to learn, he can't learn at night. Usually they're poor, they don't have nothing. So what do he do? He got sponsors, people that wanted Ilui Nishmat, to elevate the soul of their relative and close one. They said, we will sponsor a candle for you, and we will light it for you, so you can learn throughout the night. And like that whole night would be Ilui Nishmat, elevating the soul of the grandfather, the uncle, the whatever it
That's why we
was.
do that in remembrance now.
So we do that now. So now very important that people don't forget, when you do Ilui Nishmat, it's not just about the candle. It's about sponsoring a shiur, sponsoring food for the shiur, sponsoring people to come, sponsoring the rabbi. That's part of the Ilui Nishmat. So back then they didn't have candles. Daniel, here, no candles. So how would they know it's their wife? So they would hear the voice. So what's more important, siman or voice recognition?
Voice recognition.
Voice recognition. Because the identifying mark is not always available. So the halakha I learned from this Gemara is, we go after the voice recognition. The way we identify someone is through the voice. So now, did Yaakov change his voice? No. Yaakov never changed his voice. Therefore, was he deceiving Yitzchak?
Come on.
Was he deceiving Yitzchak?
No.
He never
Not
deceived
intentionally.
Yitzchak. And if anything, Yitzchak should have known, the halacha is,
if he didn't change his voice.
the halacha is, you go after the voice, not after the
So why
identifying
did,
mark.
So why
Wait,
did he
listen to the whole
change-
thing.
Why did he change his clothes then?
Exactly, listen. He changed his clothes because, I can wear his clothes. I can borrow your shoes. I can wear your coat. What's the problem?
But that's basically a white collar lie.
It's not really.
On the fun.
So yeah, listen to what he did. Listen to the whole thing. So now, Yaakov didn't change his voice. So in Yitzchak's brain, he's like, oh, he knows Yaakov wants to steal the brachot. So he says, if this was really Yaakov,
He would change it.
he would change his voice. He would try to trick me as if he's Esav. He would make his voice Esav. So must be, it's really Esav. Must be, it's really Esav. And he just, for some reason, using
So the
Yaakov's
Torah
voice.
just somehow knew his inner thoughts.
What do you mean?
God.
Of course.
God is not writing the book, though.
You know Esther.
God wrote
You want to know something? Esther. You know what it says in the Megillah? And Haman thought in his heart. Says the Gemara Megillah. How did Haman think? Who's writing the Megillah? Esther is. Megillat Esther. She had Ruach HaKodesh. So if Esther had Ruach HaKodesh, Moshe Rabbeinu had Ruach HaKodesh. So it says that Yaakov, in his mind, he did not trick Yitzchak. According to Halacha, he was 100% good. Because he didn't change his voice. So Yitzchak got tricked so well that he didn't even say a lie.
Why couldn't
Yaakov
Yitzchak
didn't
ask?
lie.
But he even said, Akol Kol
He did.
Yaakov.
Akol Yaakov,
He
Vayidayin
says,
De'esav. He said, is this Yaakov? And he was confused.
What did he say?
And he said, in his mind, Yitzchak's thinking in his mind, this cannot be Yaakov. Because if Yaakov will come to the brachot, he would have changed his voice
Did
as
Yitzchak
Esav.
ask Yaakov?
No,
Yaakov?
no.
Why?
He did,
Why
he
was
did.
thinking these things?
So what
He
did he
did, he did.
answer?
He said,
No,
you
he
have
said
to look-
Esav.
He said Esav. He said Esav. But there's a way to say, like, I am.
You see?
And
I'm
he
the
said-
firstborn.
He said, I am, and then my brother is Esav, something like that. There's many ways to go with this.
Again, though.
He white lied. Now what do we see from here? Yitzchak told Esav, after Esav comes in with his meat, and he says, I want my brachot. Yitzchak's like, the brachot are over. Your brother already came, didn't you come? And he yells, and he starts crying. And he tells him, your brother came bemirma. Unkelus translates mirma not as trickery, but as wisdom. Your brother was smart. He went with the halacha. And he was able to get the brachot with still saying the truth.
But if the father was smarter, he would not cause John on us, and he would give him another brother.
He did. So after Esav cried, so clearly he remembers his parsha a little bit at least. Thank you, Daniel. So he cried, and he gave Esav the bracha that when your brother's not listening, when your brother's not being religious, when he's not following my commandments, when he doesn't care about what I told him, the bracha goes to you.
You will be above him.
That's why When we don't follow Hashem, when we don't listen to Him, what happens? The Goyim rise over us. The Goyim are in charge. They're in charge of the government. They're in charge of making us problems. The economy for us goes down. Our business deals don't work. Why? Because we are not doing the will of Hashem. Hashem says, you want to have do? Do is something that always has blessing. You want to have blessing your whole life? You got to always follow my commandments. And this is the importance of the truth and importance of following Hashem. When you stay with the Emet, Emet stands with you forever. Now this leads us to part 2 of the Shiur, which actually is from 2 weeks ago. It's going to connect to this Parsha about the truth. It says by Avraham Avinu that he had to go shecht his son. That was the 10th and final test. What did HaKadosh Baruch Hu tell Avraham? He said, I am testing you. Hayelech betorati imlo. This is the final test. Akedat Yitzchak. I want to see, will you follow my commandments? If you follow my Torah or not. David, was Avraham Avinu following the Torah for 137 years of his life?
Yes.
So why is Hashem saying this is the final test to know if the whole life you were following my Torah? What do you mean?
Because you only remember the
He had
beginning and
10 major tests. This is the 10th one according to all opinions. What happens in school if you get 9 tests, 100 on it, and the 10th test you fail, you get a 0? What's your grade point average?
end. But it's different. It's like a region.
90.
It's like a region.
You know what Hashem tells him? 0. 0.
Why?
You're 0. Now the question is why? If you fail this test, you never follow my Torah. Akedah Yitzchak.
It's closer. That's the 10th one.
Everyone says whatever. It's one of the tests. He says by this one,
Either
Hayelech
9 or 10, depending
betorati imlo. It says, this is the test to recognize if you will follow my Torah. If you really follow my Torah. Why? If anything, it's Yitzchak's test. Yitzchak's the one being taken, put to the altar, taken a knife, shechted by his father. His father comes up to him, you're going to think if you said like your father's crazy. Your father's telling you that he's going to shecht you. You're already 37 years old. Your father comes up to you and says, my son, my dear son, I'm killing you like in 3 days from now.
Yeah, but it's harder for the father out of these.
What are you saying? If right now your father comes up to you, what do you think is easier?
It's obviously harder. For
You ever heard? As long as you're living, you're moving on. You're gonna move on. The father's gonna move on. He's gonna have another kid. 1 year, he'll cry. 2 years, he'll cry. 10 years.
Forget about the son that he tried to have for
Chai.
so many years.
But is it gonna hurt him so much?
Yes,
Who's gonna get hurt more? The guy who's dead?
But the guy's dead. You don't have feelings.
exactly.
You're dead.
Exactly. So
But the
it
biggest
won't hurt
test
the
is for
son.
Isaac, who said, meaning, tie me up and all that, and let you do it. He didn't fight
Yeah,
back. It's
that's
a hard
it.
If you're
attack.
acting honest, you say I'm killing you, bro. You're
You're gonna
Let
fight
him do
back.
it, bro.
You're gonna go.
Yeah, right, right.
You're gonna go to Bahamar in 2
forbid.
seconds. You're gonna fly.
Be careful, my girls.
You're gonna fly away. So what's the answer? So we have to see what is Avram built on.
Let me shave your head.
Avram is the pillar of chesed. Avram is the epitome of kindness. He is of the top. Whatever he could to do chesed, he does. Gimilut chasadim, kindness. Hachnasat orchim, inviting guests. He ran after 3 Arabs in the middle of a desert while the sun was boiling hot and it was a heat wave. While he just got his brit milah chopped off 3 days ago. It's the most pain. And he's running after Arabs to go give them food. And then he's shechting for them. And he's giving them 3 cows. And the tongue. And the this. And the water. And the blah, blah, blah. It's 3 Arabs. Who cares? He loved chesed. Sedom v'Amorah. He davened for the 2 cities. Even though they were not good people. They were against kindness. They took people who were tall. They said, you want to sleep here? We're going to cut off your legs. They took people who were short. They put them on the bed. Oh, you don't fit the bed? We're going to elongate you now. So they started pulling him until he fit the bed. These guys were crazy. These guys knocked down Lot's house. They said, Lot, give us those 2 guys right now so we could sleep with them. The Malachim. They wanted to sleep with the Malachim. Could you imagine? They were crazy. And Avraham Avinu was there begging with Hashem. So many psukim in the Torah. Hashem, if there's 50 tzaddikim, please let them live. Hashem, if there's 40 tzaddikim, please let them live. If there's 30, 20, at least 10, but Hashem, please. What are you doing? These guys are the biggest Rishaim on planet Earth. The Midat Sodom is known as the worst. Why are you davening for them? Because he loved kindness. He loved every human being because he was the image of Hashem. Avraham Avinu, for him to break his midah of kindness, was to go above and beyond. He had to go against his nature, and he had to take his beloved son Yitzchak, the one he waited 100 years for, and now he's 37 years old. He finally sees him grown up, fully mature. He has to take him, slice his neck, burn him to ash, and offer him to Hashem. That's totally against his nature. Yitzchak, on the other hand, what is he known for? He's Gevurah. Yitzchak, in the Olam HaSfirot, he has the Sfirah, he has the thing of Gevurah. He is strength. He is whatever it takes to serve Hashem for it. He is the one that's going to jump into the sea. He's going to jump into the fire. He's going to do what it takes to serve God. Kill me, I don't care. That's my midah. My midah is Gevurah, strength. I can take anything. So for Avram, he had to break his nature. Everyone was telling him his whole life, you only serve God because it was good for you. You only learn Torah because that's how you were raised. You only keep Shabbat because that's what your parents taught you. You keep kosher because that's just what you like. You do kindness because that's your nature. Avram Avinu, to prove that the 137 years that he served God was atach didil. That's what you say, right? It was out of his heart. How do you show that? With the last, final, 10th test. The test that will show that even when I have to go against my kindness, I am still the servant of God. Even if I have to go against my nature, I'm one who serves Hashem. And that's what Yaakov Avinu did too. He was emet, like we just said. He lived on truth. He was titen emet leYaakov. And yet when it came to Hashem, he told him, you're going to have to trick. You're going to have to do white lies. He didn't like doing white lies. But you're going to have to deceive your father like this, like that. In the halacha, he didn't want, he was straight yashar. He didn't like doing this, but when Hashem said, you must lie, he said, I will deceive. Hashem said to do something, even if it's against your nature, you must do it. And that's something we have to put into our lives every day. People think, it's easy for me. When it's easy to come to the shiur, I'm going to come to the shiur. When it's hard, that's it, I'm going back. When it's easy to eat kosher, when I'm at home, okay, my parents anyway keep kosher, but once I go to vacation, kosher is not important. I don't need to care about this. That's called, you do it when it's comfortable. You do it when it's part of your nature. But when it goes against your nature, when it's hard for you, then you stop. And I heard a beautiful, beautiful story to bring out this point. And to illustrate it further, there was a certain musician back in the city, and the city was called Koritz. In the city of Koritz, there was a blind musician. This musician used to sing, used to play at all the parties, smachot. He was, the top of the time. Everyone loved having him. He was playing. He caused so much happiness. Everyone dancing. But Nebuch, the guy, was blind. He was not able to see. And, he didn't really know how to learn so much. He was a regular Jew. Couldn't see. So how are you going to, see the letters? He kept kosher. He was a regular guy. And when he was growing old, he got sick. And after a few months, he passed away. And this rabbi's name is Rav Pinchas. Rav Pinchas heard that the blind musician has died. He said, I'm going to his funeral. He started to cry. And he came to the funeral of this regular Jew. This big rabbi, he came so far just to go to this guy's funeral. Just to walk down. And he's behind the coffin. And his face is like on fire. And he's like crying. And everyone's wondering, what is wrong with this rabbi? Like, what's happening over here? Something is deep. There's something behind all this. Now, all the Talmidim, they're scared, to go up to the Rebbe, ask him why he came to the funeral. One of the older Talmidim, he got up his courage, and he went over to the Rebbe, and he said, Rebbe, why do you come to such a levaya? Why do you come to such a funeral? A funeral that, it's just a regular guy. What are you wasting your time for? So he says, guys, I'm going to tell you a secret that he's kept his whole life. There's a secret behind the blind musician. This musician, he started off his life, he was able to see. Regular guy, able to see. And he was really good at music. He was talented. And he used to play, and everyone used to love him. And back then, they didn't have speaker systems that he used to put all over the hall. He would have to stand right by the border of the mechitza and play in order for the man and the woman to hear. Otherwise, if he's on the men's side, the women are not going to be able to hear, not going to be able to dance. There's no simcha. So he had to stand by the border. So he had a very big nisayon, and a very big test, that sometimes he just wanted to, like glance over there for a second. You understand? Because he's right there by the border. And he had such a big test to withstand. There was mechitza, but he was in the border. And he had such a big test. And every day, every night, he used to be like, why Hashem do I have this test? And he came home one night, and he said, Hashem, Ribono shel olam, I want to make my eyes holy. I want to be a man of Kedusha. And he said, I will never open my eyes again. And from that day on, he made a vow, and he said, I will not open my eyes. They will be shut forever.
He's a full-blown weirdo. I'm sorry.
Now listen to this.
You could have put a blindfold on.
Nigga made no sense. I'm sorry. That was very stupid.
Did he finish the story?
Listen.
It's not on your level.
What
Aye,
level?
aye, aye.
No one's on that level. That's
Wait, we're going to get to
I
that.
know,
Of
think
course,
about that.
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Okay, fine. So this guy, what are you laughing for?
You're gonna break character, no?
Guys. So this guy, he's not a weirdo. If you get to this level, you're going to see what happens to this guy.
I should go pluck on my.
He
He
didn't
didn't
block
block it out. He closed it. He
Guy,
closed it.
I don't think they understand the story.
They don't understand. That's what
He closed it. He blocked
Let me
it.
finish the story.
Yes. So now he closed his eyes. This rabbi says, this man was so holy. This man was able to withstand the test. Some people, they think, oh, you know why you're laughing right now? You're laughing because you have, let's say, a phone. The phone's in front of you. Right now, no one's going to take their eyes and close it. Because, yes, you're a full-blown weirdo if you do that. But what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to close your phone's eyes. You're supposed to make it that your phone cannot see. That's what you're supposed to do. And this man, he knew his temptation was too strong. He was a musician, paid a lot of money. He's going to stand by that border. He's not putting no blindfold looking like an actual weirdo. Oh, he's a blindfold musician. He made it that he would never be able to see. He said, Hashem, close my eyes forever. Wherever I walk, I'm being closed. Why? Because I don't want to even have the test of looking at what I'm not supposed to look at. And the rabbi said, I was standing by the funeral of this man. And by that coffin, there was a flame of fire, a column of fire, going up from his coffin to Shamayim. Amudah denura. There was a column of fire going from his coffin all the way to Shamayim. And he says this man was so holy. And he connects this to the Gemara Ketubot. And the Gemara Ketubot says there was a certain rabbi. His name was Reb Shmuel bar Yitzchak. Reb Shmuel bar Yitzchak said that when he passed away, he was also zocheh to this fire from his coffin. Now this person, it says in the Gemara, only one or two people of the generation are zocheh to this fire. Can you imagine? You think this guy was a weirdo? He was zocheh to the fire coming out of his coffin that not everyone, only one or two people in the generation get. And why did Rav Shmuel bar Yitzchak in the Gemara, Namora in the Gemara, why was he zocheh to this? Because he used to be mesameach chatan vekala. He used to go to weddings and he used to dance his heart out in front of the chatan, and he used to make the wedding fire. He used to make such simcha over there. And how would he dance? What would he dance with? Did you do this Gemara yet? It's Gemara in Sanhedrin. You just did it a few months ago. What did the Gemara say? He used to dance with Hadasim. He took Hadasim, the ones we shake on Sukkot, and he would dance like this with Hadasim. Vota, and he would make such a simcha, happiness with the Hadasim.
Why?
Why Hadasim? So he says, Hadasim, we all know the four, what's it called? The four minim that we shake on Sukkot, each represent a different body part. The lulav is the spine, the etrog is the heart, the aravot are the lips, and the Hadasim are the eyes. He was announcing to the world, and he was announcing to the people by the wedding, when you're at the wedding, guard your eyes, look at the Hadasim, remember that we're in this world for a reason to withstand the tests. He was strengthening himself, this rabbi, Rav Shmuel bar Yitzchak, he was strengthening himself to become stronger and say, don't fall to the challenge of looking at the other people. Don't look at the woman. Don't look at things you're not supposed to look at. And what was he awakened by? By the Hadassim. The Hadassim are the eyes. What are we learning from here? We're learning from here that a person, he has to go against his nature. Yeah, it's easy for you when you're not in the society, it's like that. But when you go to a place, when you go to places where you're not supposed to be at, and your nature, what's your nature? Is to look. A man's nature is to fall into his temptation. But what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to strengthen yourself. And every time you strengthen yourself, you're building for yourself a column of fire leading you to Shamayim. That when you pass away, you're going to have a fire burning up everything. All the bad that's supposed to Chas v'Shalom come to you is going to be burnt up by this fire. All the good is going to be pouring upon you. Emet, like we learned today, you're going to be a man of truth. All the bracha, life will come to you. You're going to guard your eyes. Go against your nature, even when it's not easy for you. Like Avram, it was not easy for him to go against and break his nature, to shecht his son, and go against his kindness. It was not easy for Yaakov to deceive his father. But when it's time to go against our nature, we have to go against it. We have to watch our eyes, and like that will be zocheh, to have a lot of bracha, and have a pillar of fire coming up from our neshamot. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen. Amen.